Welcome in, everyone. Tommy Gaming coming at you live here. I'm going to be playing a game tonight called This is the Police. I've been checking this game out for a while, seeing the background. It was finally available for me through my PlayStation Plus membership, and we're going to play it tonight. So the first thing we're going to do is show you the trailer for the game, and then we're going to play the game. It's my first time playing it, so it's going to be my initial honest reaction. We'll play it through. I'll narrate my feelings towards the game, give a little review, and see what everyone thinks about it. All right, here we go into This is the Police. And like I said, the first thing we're going to do is check out the trailer for it. So here it is. Right away, this reminds me of the intro to a movie called Sin City. If you haven't seen Sin City, check it out.
I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
And the next one gets a little more deeper into it, and then we'll start the gameplay.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here.
I like the graphics and the animation.
I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners.
Very much like Sin City.
Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms.
So definitely rated M for
Maybe
mature.
make friends with some wealthy patron with
PG-13.
a pacemaker and dentures.
Parental discretion is advised.
Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. See if it's worth my hype. Fear and surprise.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control.
This is the same as a trailer, okay.
That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits.
Okay.
It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
Okay. And so it begins. Legit. Let's go. Let's go into the story mode. New game. Day 1, July 15th. Monday. Oh. Mark Ward 2. To be shown in Freebird the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. Coffee stains on the papers. Let's go to work. Very noir-esque.
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher.
What's up, James? How's it going, buddy?
This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them. I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera
My
flash.
cat's inside my cabinets. It was a good day today, James. How's yours? Good morning. Let's see, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? Well, the mayor discussed it with me. They say every choice you make affects the game. We'll say the mayor discussed it with me. The mayor told me that wants a fresh face running for UBPD, so no, it didn't come as a surprise. Did you already know the name of your successor? No. The mayor's office knows who it is either. How about you had a good day, James? Yeah, I went to a Christmas party for one of my accounts, actually. Ooh, Frieza Saga. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. The mayor offered him your position. Would that change his mind? So your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. Would that change his mind? That's possible. Do you think the new office would help him serve the city a little longer? Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? I have no comment. Answer all your questions, but in this situation, I've got to say no comment. Do you think your personal relationship... Yes, all but one left to go. Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? That's just not possible. Mayor Rogers is a true professional. He makes his decisions carefully. There's no place in our jobs for hard feelings. Thank you. How about you, James? All your shopping's all done?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Oh dear. Oh. I have an idea. It's going to be one of those, like, bullet to the brain situation. Oh my goodness, Cat.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology. He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people.
October, nice, James. Wow.
Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension. One that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself.
Present self.
I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man."
I'll do my best.
"And quit smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon."
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
Okay, that was a interesting intro. Francis Kendrick could be replaced. Boy, head of culture department owns villa in Italy, and people await a fresh look for next police chief. Go fuck yourself. Definitely not a G-rated game. Oh my gosh. That's that part out.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts. My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Alright, receive tips on how the game works. Show me what you got. I don't need anyone telling me to do my job. Show me what you got. Freeburg PD organizes upcoming work assignments into shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. A figure on 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable, while those whose professionalism is considerably higher than average are a safe bet. Even at a pinch, an individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. Yeah, find criminals. Energy. Evade them. Energy. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The less energy your people have, the less reliable their work, and police who are exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel or make a critical error on the job. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each working day and restore 1 point after each day of rest. So 3 on, 3 off. 3 on, 4 off. 3 on, 2 on, whatever. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with any reason they can think of to take the day off, while others like to drink too much. You can only guess about these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behavior of your employees. Okay. So, reliable. Hey. I assume the Browns are detectives. Let's start the day. Responding to calls is the bread and butter police work. You'll need to send your officers to the crime scene before the time expires. Oh, a mark on the map shows where the call came from. The further away the destination is from the police station, the longer the officers can travel back and forth. So the longer people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work. Everyday mail. Run 15 minutes away. Let's send old Asano out there. Works in like 15 0. Assignment skill, assignment skill reviews unknown. It's a hit and run. Let's send this person out there. Go. Oh. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly rescue missions give the option of sending in SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any level of information from the location of the crime scene to the presence of weapons and so on. All this can tell you how seriously each case should be taken. A mission might look simple at first glance until it turns into a brutal meat grinder, or a serious call can come out when it turns out to be a false alarm. A married couple excited a convenience store exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who'd be digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help. Once he saw that he hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove away. Alright, so we're going to send about a veteran and a not so good. Learn from each other. Proceed. Off they go. Oh, cool. Messages. Last picture show theater. A fight. The theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, Rosebud, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he finally attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theater security guard. Okay, I'm not going to send Price. They look... Let's just send Sano and Tsubaki. They look like this, okay. Go get them. No messages yet, no other calls. Whoa. Hit and run report, what about it? What happened? Everything goes well, the police capture the criminal and nobody dies. But the truth is, sometimes criminals manage to escape just to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and this has bothered the mayor even more than living ones. What? So what happened? A better call! Yeah, we got a good job, Austin. P.S. If this is Austin, I still love you. Are you liable? The call came from me. Oh my gosh. Thunderstorm right there? Or what's going on here? Offender escaped. Officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Oh, you two knuckleheads. Can you handle a simple fight?
910C in progress.
Armed robbery.
311A in progress.
Johnson's urging a fight. Let's look at the armed robbery. We're going to need to send SWAT. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their whole collection of adult movies. Jesus. I hope I'm not in there. Criminals split in the car. Store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. Armed robbery. I can't call SWAT for this? No. I want to go with Yancey and Purdy for this one. Need some good offices. Go get them. At a fight, Johnson Jurgen and Katz Law Firm, a brother and sister, clashed with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of their lawyers, we don't dare separate them. Their security guard is off duty tonight. Let's try Price and seems harmless. So we'll send these two. A low level and a mid-ish, little lower level. Alright, the other two are back. The ghetto assault. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. Alright, see you back on the job. I'm trying to wait for some special. I don't want to waste Kochi. Not being too important here. When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you how to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. The vehicle in question is parked right outside Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Knock on the door, open up, police. Let's get in the house through an open window. What do you think we should do? Should we knock? Does it say please open up? Sneak in? Or trying to start a loudspeaker and let the neighbors that their neighbors, let the neighborhood that their neighbors stole some porn. I'm thinking. When they can sneak in because they have reasonable cause. They don't need a warrant, right? Because they have the license plate. I think we should sneak up on them. Especially if they're armed, yeah. No, if they have shotguns, they'd say, "Oh, no one! I didn't know it was the cops," and they shot back. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter is heard through the living room window. Let's just knock on the door and say, "Open up! It's the police."
910 complete.
Got him. Way to go, you two. Way to go.
311A complete.
Oh, Fender escaped. You two are killing me. I have to team up Price with Kochi, I think. And Asano with Purdy. Something like low and high. Offender escaped. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Wait them to come back. End the day. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime. But if they're working flat out, it'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. What's the next shift? Oh, some better people on the next shift. I think we're okay. Let's just end the day.
Used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years, he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.